Hey, hello, and welcome. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and we are on day 5 of this experiment called the Daily Commands. And I don't know about you. I hope you're finding value out of this. I know that I am having a blast. And today I want to be sharing a topic that I realized I have so much to say that about 10 minutes before I said, the minute I get off of this, I've got to do the outline of just everything that was flooding in my mind because there is so much to know and the importance of this topic that I'm going to go ahead and create a mini training around this. So let's go for it. Okay. Well, welcome to the Daily Commands. And today's one commands are all about energy. And we talk about that a lot. I mean, it's become the biggest product on the market, like energy drinks. I mean, that's a $1 billion industry, multi-billion dollar. Everybody wants more energy. And if you want to manifest anything, if you want to make a change in your life, if you want to work in your business or anything that you want to do, it's going to require energy. If you don't have the energy to do it, and what did we talk about earlier this week? We talked about desire is a fire. So desire is what connects to your energy, right? And so this is coming from you. Very often we're trying to plug into something outside of us. Not only like, oh, I want to, let me get in the sun, or let me eat all of this, or let me do all of this. Sometimes we're trying to plug into people. And you may notice that particularly if you're a coach or a healer or a trainer, or hey, if you're just a boss, people will try to plug into your energy, right? And try to take your energy rather than generate it themselves. So this topic about energy is really important. And the quote that we're going to start as the base today is energy flows where attention goes. Now, the other thing about energy to understand about this is that Asara shared this in the teaching of the one command, and we teach this in Commanding Wealth, that no one has a null or zero effect. You are either creating positive energy or negative energy. Now, to the degree, right? Like it could be a little positive, it could be a lot positive, but nobody has a zero effect. So we have to make the decision about, one, what is the energy that we want to radiate? What is the energy that we want to run on? Yeah, like what is the energy that you want to run on to create, attract, manifest your life, anything in your life? We are taught usually one of two ways. The energy is either punishment, fear, a big fear of punishment, or manipulating our desires, right? And so there's this manipulation, and so what do we say? The carrot or the stick, right? And we are trying to, if we were raised by the stick, we try to feed ourselves enough carrots and set carrots in front of ourselves to, rewards, to create something, but we're trained by fear, right? And fear is an energy. How can we flip that? Number one, by intention. Well, actually, I would say it starts with awareness, right? So if you notice that you're running on fear energy, which I have run on, I'm telling you, most of my life, most of it. In fact, every once in a while, if all the years of training, there'll be a new level where I realize, wow, I didn't realize I was operating in fear there. And fear makes us manipulative. Will hold back. But I don't even want to talk about all of the emotions and cause and effect and doing and not doing. I want to just deal with pure energy. And a lot of times, this is what I'll do with my one-on-one client. They'll get so bogged down by the story, by what's happening, like what's happening, why do they think it's happening, the feeling of what's happening, like all the anxiety, and then they're naming the feelings and they're tracking it and they're trying to self-soothe and medicate. They're trying to just manage all of those big emotions. They don't know really how to look at it from a higher level and deal with it as pure energy. There's so much freedom when you start looking at it as energy and you start shifting it. Now, we name emotions, we name energy positive, negative, but then we assume that that's good or bad. But positive is simply moving forward, negative is moving inward, right? It's it's what direction the energy is moving. But I think what people are talking about is what is the vibe of that energy, right? And what thoughts are attached to that? What intention is attached to that? And that's what creates bad feelings, right? We go, oh, I don't want that bad vibe. But we need to understand that there's some things that we need to say no to. There's some things we do not, want to give our life giving, moving forward energy to, right? So when you start looking at that, it's really liberating. I was talking to a client and she's saying, why is she doing this behavior? And I said, well, let's look at it from energy standpoint. We're like a battery, okay? And we have this energy field. This is oversimplified for my energy healers. Y'all are going, Kathryn, there's a lot more. I said, yeah, there's a lot more, but I've only got 10 minutes, okay? But think of like a battery. We have a positive and negative flow, right? And we can make a mistake, and this creates a polarity. Okay, like we could think about polarity like north south, right? North south energy. If someone has a reversed or negative polarity, and we wanted to muscle test them on their beliefs, like as someone who smokes cigarettes, intellectually, we'll know that smoking is bad for you, right? Like, we got plenty of scientific data. Let's show you a picture of smokers' lungs and non-smoker lungs. Let's, just talk about how you feel and how expensive it is and all the reasons smoking's not good, unless there's a story that people have attached to why smoking's good. But if they've got a reversed polarity on their idea about smoking and you muscle tested them, their energy system will say smoking is good for me. It's a mistake. Okay. Thank you, Dusty. My little dog just shook and knocked the light. Um, and so it's just a mistake. And I said, when that polarity gets corrected, that belief gets corrected too. And very often, if people are too overwhelmed with too much emotion or the story of it, or they can't get disconnected, I will invite them to just allow the energy to set an intention for the energy to come in that is needed. And then I don't even name it. I don't even know. I might have an idea, but I'll say, I don't know how to meet this energy with a higher and greater energy. I don't know how. Now, sometimes we think about having energy like it's a possession, and we have, like a battery that's got to get charged and recharged and runs out, or, all of that. And to a degree that that's true. But we are a, a very powerful source. Our thoughts can power us up beyond, like when we've eaten, when there's sunlight, when we have this, our thoughts and emotions, our intention can keep us powered, right? Can keep us going. Is it best if we have good food, good water, good rest, good shelter? Yes, because then we're not having to, pull energy from other places. But what I want to bring us back to is this. Where are you putting your attention? What are you bringing into your awareness? Are you bringing, I had to stop watching a lot of things on social media and the news and everything because I was getting more angry, upset, and I was starting to feel powerless, and my energy was starting to go outside of me and getting drained. And I kind of I read this one time, and it's probably wrong, but it's really formed an idea that, and I got this from the Celestine Prophecies in James Redfield, that when people aren't generating their own energy, when they're not connected to source themselves, they will create drama and upset to steal energy from other people. If you a stupid example of this or a metaphor, if you've ever saw Monsters Inc., where the monsters, they had this whole factory and this whole system to go in and frighten children at night, and then the scream meter would fill up, and that would give energy, and that's how they fueled the whole city. Do you remember that story? I don't know if you've got to see it. I have grandkids, and I have watched everything many, many times. But I think that there's some truth to that. There's something to where it's generating it so that, one, it steals our energy. Now, I don't necessarily believe in, uh, I don't like to give attention to or power to these other forces, right? I believe in levels of consciousness. I believe there's a level of consciousness that I can choose to operate at where these things are not true. Okay. And I have the power to decide where I give my attention and energy to, and you do too. And this is what we're talking about. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, attract, or create, put your attention on that, not on what you don't want. Very often, through what we may call fear, we are giving attention to the reasons we can't have it, or the forces against it, or the wrong stories, or even our own stories, rather than giving our attention and energy to that which we desire. As you do that, other forces will start gathering to you and aligning to you. You'll start naturally being attracted, law of attraction. You'll be attracted. You'll be drawn to. You'll be curious about. You'll start following your own attention and start taking action. And guess what? Then next thing you know, you're in this stream, in this flow. And then there are others who are following and flowing the same way. And they're drawn to you because you're a match for what's in them, right? So this is what we're going to talk about, pure energy. All right. So think about what you're giving your attention to. All right. So right now, we're just going to start with your own command. I don't know how and you could say, have the energy, change my energy, direct my energy, have new energy. I don't know how okay, and state what it is that you want. I only know it's so now, or I do now, and I am fulfilled, whichever's more correct. Now, as usual, I'm going to be doing some commands for you around this energy. If you haven't had a chance yet, if you are on Facebook, you can like in the comment section, you can like the StreamYard, and that will allow me to see your comments or questions. Okay? So just take a breath. All right. Before we get started and go through the 6 steps to the one command, I want you to just tune into your awareness of your energy. And the way that you do that is, one, you're going to just do a little self scan. If you could see or feel your energy, not naming it, just energy, okay? Close your eyes and just do a self scan. First, would you say that there is more positive energy which wants to express? Or are you in that negative energy that is more receptive or still? That's yin and yang, right? The masculine and the feminine. Are you in that more expressive energy, or are you in that stillness? Are you feeling your energy being stagnant? Like it's neither expressive or stillness, like there's no movement. Are you aware of a blockage anywhere? One way that it might be helpful is I like to use the idea of light. Okay. And if you had a little beam of light that could shine down, because light is energy, it's waves and particles. Just let that little ball of light kind of come down and see how it flows from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And then notice what energy comes back up, right? So now let the energy move back up. Is it flowing or not flowing? If you notice any place where it's not flowing, you could feel discomfort or pain and usually like it just feels kind of uncomfortable there. Wherever you notice there's any discomfort in your body, let the light do the work. So it's morning. You may have some morning stiffness, kind of move your body around, your joints. Like before I started talking, I was aware of my left knee. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the light move through my knee. I don't have to do anything but just be aware of the light doing what light does. You may notice that you need to adjust your body. You may notice that you want to take a deep breath. And I noticed suddenly my knee that felt stolen and stiff, it wanted to move and went, oh my gosh, it actually feels smaller. That's interesting, right? What are you noticing? You can put your comments in. I can watch them later. What are you noticing is we're just letting the energy, and we're saying light because we associate that with positive energy or allowing it to move, right? And we're just letting it go where it wants to go and needs to go. Isn't that lovely? Now, what would it be like if you could do that more intentionally and you did it so often it became just your normal way of being? That's just my normal operating system. So when you go, you know what, I want to manifest, I want to take my income. We did this command earlier this week from 3,000 to 33,000 a month. I'm going to direct my energy towards that, not my effort, not my mind power, which is very impressive. I didn't mean to scare you there. Not force of will, which all of this is important. But I'm just going to allow my energy to flow in that direction. I'm going to let this little ball of light go before me. Now just let it go before you. Now, if you've ever walked into a pitch black room and maybe there's only one little teeny bit of light, but if you ever noticed that as you give your attention to that light and you start to adjust, that light seems to expand. In fact, and an interesting thing happens. The more we give attention to the light, the brighter it shines. So now just bringing your attention to that light, what happens is you give that attention to maybe that was once just a little teeny dot. I wonder what thoughts, images, ideas you need to allow or release in order for that to expand. If it's something or nothing at all that you need to be or do, I wonder if it just expanded based on your attention. How would you know? How would you experience it? Now, by shifting your intention, we had attention. Now, if you just shifted your intention to make it bigger, how much bigger would it be? Would it be bigger than your body? Would it be bigger than your town? Could it engulf the planet? But also, if you decided to, through shifting your intention, what if you want it to be like a laser beam and a pinpoint light? And I don't know if you're aware of this, just having the idea, almost, I have a feeling I'm following you, that you aren't following my words. Are you directing the light? Are you directed by the light? Are you working with the light? Interesting. I'd love to get your comments and feedback. You may have to think about this and share it with me, but I'd love to get your feedback on that exercise of paying attention. And we're just using light as the metaphor for energy. And as you're giving attention to it, what happens? And then like, does it start expanding? Where does it want to go? And then as your intention shifts and you start giving a direction, did it get bigger, smaller? And then notice how it shifted to meet your intention. Isn't that powerful? So that's why when we want to manifest something, knowing what we want to manifest, why, but what is the intention behind it, that's going to shift the energy. And your energy is going to match to serve that intention. Okay? All right. I hope that this has been helpful. This is making sense. Again, I'd love to get your feedback, your questions, your comments. But let's make some commands. Let's go for it. We've got a lot to do today. All right. So let's just close our eyes. Bring your attention to your body. And now, because we're talking about energy, I want to invite you to become aware, just simply aware of the Earth's energy that is supporting you. And allow that Earth energy to come up into your body. And this is for your body, this human body that is serving you, loving you. Here we go. It's made of the earth. Everything we find in the earth, we find in our bodies. Now bringing your attention to your heart as you're aligning to your greater purpose, the thing that you are working on and creating in your life. We're just going to allow the energy inside of you to align to the energy of that which you want to create, which already exists. And notice as you align to it, it aligns to you. And now I'm going to invite you to become aware of this higher energy, your connection to source. And we could call that God, your higher power, the universe. It's always there, whether you are aware of it or not. It's just when we get in our head, we get disconnected because we've directed our energy, our attention somewhere else, and our energy flowed away. And then we make up this story about disconnection, but you are never disconnected. So now bring your attention to your source. And where we put our attention, our energy goes. Makes you think about, wow, there's all this energy flowing to me. I wonder if the universe has its attention on me. Yes, it does. Now, with your eyes closed, roll your eyes up, picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up that pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself at the beautiful, velvety, black void of space. And reach out in the darkness and yank it away like a heavy black velvet curtain as we break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. We're going to state our command. I don't know how I am directing my attention and my energy to that which I desire, to that which aligns with my highest and greatest good, and the fulfillment of my purpose. I only know I do so now, and I am fulfilled. And I don't know how, as I direct my attention and the energy flows, the energy of money is attracted to me and flows to me and works with me and serves me. I don't know who needed that one, but that one came in for you. Let's claim it. Yes. As I'm directing my attention, money is attracted to me. Money is seeking me. And I love it. As I give my attention to creating money, more money is manifested. As I set my intention to do the work that truly matters to me beyond money, I have everything I need and more in all the forms of energy that I require. Think of that. Money manifests in different forms. I mean, not money, but energy manifests in different forms. What are the forms that you need energy to receive? Right? How do you need money to form so that it can serve you? Into a house, into money, into relationships. I don't know how energy manifests itself in ways that serves me. And I don't know how to shift my energy in a way that serves a greater good. I only know it is now. I do now. I am now. And I am fulfilled. And just let all that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. And now we're just going to allow that pure energy, that new awareness, that new understanding, that greater energy. And just start saying, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just like that little beam of light, let that greater light, that all that power, that new energy arrive and let it just do its work. Let it go where it needs to go. Let it do what it needs to do. And now we're just simply allowing. We don't even have to direct it. It's going to do, and it's going to integrate, and we're going to rewind and realign. Now bring your attention back to your heart and think about what it is that you're wanting to or need to attract, create, or manifest. When you think about energy and your energy, what do you know now? that maybe you didn't know before. I would encourage you, jot down notes. This is very much like if you've had a dream and an amazing dream and you forget it. This can sometimes happen. So keep a journal of your commands. I have a worksheet that'll help you keep track. And then the seventh step is action. If you notice your energy wants to direct you a certain way, a lot of times our intuition does not work with, go to the corner of 7th and Main. There's a man wearing a hat there. He has, your opportunity. You'll go like, there's a funny little bakery I haven't visited for a long time. I want to just go over there, see what's up. Or you kind of get pulled in a direction. Just allow yourself to go. Just notice what happens. It's all feedback. And if you could use some help and support in getting some of this entangled so that you have greater clarity about maybe what it is that you want to create or what the action steps, you have a vision, but you don't know quite, it's not quite fleshed out and you don't know what those next steps are. If you've got some blocks in your beliefs or your thinking that are holding you up and you just need some support, that's how I can help. And it starts with a conversation. And what you do is you go to my appointment calendar at bit.ly/big vision coach. And we'll set up a time to talk about your situation. And then if we think it's a fit, I'll, all my coaching is bespoke, which means I design everything around what you need. And then we go from there. We talk about the next steps. That's it. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I'd love to get your comments or any questions. If there's anything I can do again to be of support, let me know. I will be back on Monday and we'll talk to you soon. Until then, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everybody.